Hi, this is Leslie. It's the Civil War Museum project. My structure is based on Fort Sumter. It's not exactly like it, since Fort Sumter's main entrance is on the left-hand side and mine is in the middle. Well, once you go through, you start in the beginning of the Civil War, in the main room, which has the economic causes of the Civil War. Then it has the social, which were Uncle Tom's Cabin and Dred Scott's case. And then you have the political causes, which was the Kansas and Nebraska Act. The economical was northern businessmen wanting to have partnerships with southern plantation owners. Here are the disadvantages, advantages of the North, equal advantages and South advantages. And to keep going through the museum, to know exactly where you're supposed to be, you follow the arrows. In this room, in the second room, you have all three battles, most important battles of the Civil War. You have the Battle of Antietam, which was September 17th, 1862. You have a map that shows where all of the troops, Union and Confederates, were. Then to the right you have the Battle of Vicksburg, July 4th, 1864 or 63, and you have the same map image of the battle. And to the left you have the Battle of Gettysburg that has a map and the battlefield image, and it was July 1st through July 3rd of 1863. Once you go through there, you go to the Civil War and technology part. There's the cameras where the first actual battle that they were, or war that they were used. The civilians saw these images and were very disappointed, grossed out about how the war was taking place. You have the USS Monitor and the CSS Virginia. They were the first ironclad warships. You have the mini ball bullets. They were very deadly, could reach distance of between 200 and 250 yards. There's an image of the damage it could do. Civil War. This is the CSS Hunley replica. There's an image of how it was submerged and operated. Here's an actual image of the submarine, the replica, and then you have new tactics and armies of the Civil War. Next we go to the ending of the Civil War. The reasons why the war ended was Sherman and his march to the sea, which destroyed a lot of the South and its confidence. And then you have the Gettysburg Address, which went from changing the cause of the war from liberation to preservation. And here's an image of Sherman's troops bending railroad tracks so they cannot be used by the Confederates in the South. You have the long-term effects, short-term effects. Image of Ulysses S. Grant and Robert E. Lee meeting at the Appomattox courthouse when the South surrendered. Go to the final room, which you have the three phases of the Civil War, which is the presidential reconstruction, congressional reconstruction, and the redemption. And you have Grant, Lincoln, a picture of a southern town, a headgear of a Ku Klux Klan member. The reason why the South was reconstructed, and then you have the causes that led to the Reconstruction of the South. There's one. The United States had at the time Ulysses S. Grant as president, and he lacked political leadership. The country was a failure to construct economic policies. That was the second one. Third was there was an economic downturn in the U.S. in 1873, which was the Panic of 1873. And four was the destruction of the Republicans, which led to the rise of Democrats in Congress. So the most important to our Reconstruction and the ending of the Civil War. Reconstruction was important because it led to what is now the U.S. This is because the presidential Reconstruction it did not allow political and military leaders of the South to become part of the Union anymore. So this caused the redemption, which was a group of angered politicians, military leaders of the Confederacy, to create the Ku Klux Klan, which later caused a lot of damage to African Americans, and it was very bad. Then next I would say is the ending of the Civil War, and this is important because it was very hard to believe how the President of the United States, which is supposed to do the best for the country, kind of did not think of the future effects, the Sherman's destruction of a 60-mile pathway of just pure destruction, of burning houses, burning schools, burning plantations, burnings of anything, everything, leaving families without anything to eat, was something that he thought was good. It's understandable why he did it, why he thought to get the South back, but he never thought of what economical effects or consequences it would have in the future for both the North and South. North, because with all these the salts dropped on the land, it causes the nutrients in the soil to disappear, making it barren dirt, which is impossible to use ever again, and making no more crops to be able to be produced on this, making no profit for the Southerners, and with that making no profit for the Northern Union people because they can't ask for taxes because they don't have nothing to get. So it was very hard to believe that the president thought that was a good idea. And yeah, this is what it looks like on the outside. It is on an island to represent Fort Sumter. Thank you.